What's going on, y'all? Y'all know who this is, man. King Gucci LaFleur. We doing cryptocurrency talk today, y'all. Space cash talk, all right? So I'm finna take some of y'all from the start because a lot of y'all are lost on what's going on, all right? So let's go from the beginning. The beginning is, what is cryptocurrency, okay? The best way to look at cryptocurrency is to look at it and call it e-money, right? Like email, basically like email, because you can send an email from one person to any other person in the world as long as you have their address, right? So we're gonna call crypto money e-money for this scenario, all right? So what crypto money is, cryptocurrency is, it's a form of currency that you can email people in a way, basically. And it's not emailing so much, it's emailing in the best figurative language is it's emailing it to them in a secure way, okay? So what gives e-money value is the next question, all right? E-money is given value, or any money in this world, whether it was fiat money, which is digital physical cash, coins, whatever, gold, etc., is as it gets its value by scarcity, okay? So basically, if gold, right? Gold has value, and that's why people would be willing to trade a car for gold, depending on how much gold they get, because it has scarcity. Now, what Bitcoin and other companies and things like that have done is have a scarcity for their product. Now, if a meteor was to came and hit the earth, and it was a meteor made of all gold, and it was just gold everywhere, then gold wouldn't have a value that it has right now, $1,300 an ounce or whatever it may be. Because when you opened up your door and you walked outside, it'd be fucking gold everywhere, falling over, falling out the trees, falling, you just kicking gold around, then gold has no value. It's like leaves, it's every fucking where, right? So that's what gives gold value. Well, cryptocurrency is the same thing. Everybody doesn't have cryptocurrency, so it has value. Now, there's a set amount of cryptocurrency. That's what gives it value. Every cryptocurrency, which is whether it's Litecoin, altcoin, EOS, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and a bunch of other companies that are getting into the game, all have a value because there's a certain amount of scarcity, okay? So, what we have to do is this. What gives it its value is that everybody is using it. If we start to accept something as a payment, then it's starting to be, then it becomes acceptable. Prime example: if I send one e-money to John for bread, and then John accepts the e-money for bread, then therefore that e-money has value. Because if John can take that e-money that I sent him for the bread and pay Sally one e-money for getting his windows washed, then it has money, it has value, because me sending it to John for bread paid for the bread to get me goods and services, and John sending it to Sally to get his windows washed paid for his goods and services, and Sally will there in return use that one e-money to pay her cell phone bill. That's the best way to look at what is cryptocurrency and what gives it value. Now, how does it work? It works like this. I send one cryptocurrency to Rod Rollins in a address through a network, okay, which is called a blockchain, all right? This is why cryptocurrency is starting to take over the market, and why it's better than real physical fiat cash. Is because I send Rod one e-money. Rod accepts that one e-money. Now, on my paper here, it says me, Gucci, one e-money, right? Me, Gucci, one e-money, right? Now, who's to say while I'm sitting in my car, I don't take this same e-money and send it to Fulbright, and send it to John Boyd, and send it to Bubba G, or whoever it may be? Who's to say I don't send that same e-money and keep duplicating that same one e-money to give it to other people? That's a good question. What it is the e-money is verified by blockchain. That's why, okay? Now we're going to get deeper into that. Now, blockchain, in so many words, is a ledger. It is a ledger of all things that is here and that is happening and that has came, okay? So, blockchain is therefore like this. Blockchain says, I, Gucci, have 1 e-money, right? And then it says Rod has 7 e-monies. And John Bowen has 5 e-money. And let's say Josh, since you don't know what you're doing for it, Brian, I gotta put you in this. Josh has 1 e-money, right? Okay. So just for examples right now, these are everybody's. Everyone, we got 1 e-money, we got 7 e-monies, we got 8 e-monies, and then we got 1 e-money, 7 e-monies, 5 e-monies, and 1 e-money. All right, this is a ledger right here. This essentially is what blockchain is started off of. They took USD fiat or some type of cash that has value in the world, and they deposited that cash, boom, into this. That becomes the ledger. Now this is a part of the blockchain. All right. Now what happens is, to ensure that I don't take my 1 e-money and while I'm over here in my own house doing my own thing, send my same 1 e-money for goods and services to these other 3 people, the blockchain is here to prevent that, because the blockchain says in itself there is 1 e-money for Gucci. I have no more than that. So that's how it works. It has everybody's ledger. Now you want to say, well, who's to say that can't nobody stop and change the blockchain? Or who's the person that say that that's that? And who the people that make the changes to the blockchain? That's a good question. The way the blockchain works is this. What stops them from saying, instead of me saying I got 1 e-money, I don't say I got 1,011 e-monies, okay? What stops that is that doesn't make sense, because on the blockchain, it clearly showed that there was 5 plus 7. 7 plus 5 equals 12, right? Add 2 more, that's 14. It was clearly 14 monies added into the blockchain. There is no way that there can be 111 plus the other ones into the blockchain, because mathematically that doesn't make sense. Numbers don't work like that. If there is only 14 apples, I can't pop up and say I have 111 apples, because there was only 14 apples made in existence. You understand? Now, what happens is, to ensure that this blockchain is correct and nobody can change the blockchain, then you have what's called miners, okay? Miners and blockchain go together like cars and paint, okay? A blockchain is verified when there are 6 verifications. Now, who gets to say who has what on the blockchain? All right? Who gets to say who has what on the blockchain? The blockchain works like this. I put $700 into my Bitcoin account. That goes on the ledger. Who's the person that get to say Gucci put $800 on the blockchain? Well, that person is the miner that figures out the math problem first. In order to put any digital currency and cryptocurrency into space, there has to be a mathematical equation that is solved. Every equation that is solved gets harder. Therefore, those people that solve the equation is the person that gets the reward for solving the equation. And the reward is Bitcoins. That's how it becomes, okay? So, what happens is this. What happens is this. This person I put $700 into the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin, now the miner picked that math problem up when it came to him. They did the equation, which a miner is a machine, by the way, not a person. It's actually a physical computer machine that's made just for figuring out these problems. Once that miner figures out the machine, the problem, then it says, bing, I have the answer. It is $700 converted into Bitcoin. That's how it came. Then that miner sends it to another miner. That miner gets a harder problem. They figure out the problem, and that miner should come to the same solution of, bing, it was $700 sent in USD currency for Bitcoin. Then, and so forth until 6 miners get it. Once that 6th miner gets it and it's verified, actually after 3 it's verified, but 6 gets it, then that money is released onto the market. Now, there are only 1,800 Bitcoins released onto the market per day. There will only be 21 million ever made. But a Bitcoin is infinitely divisible. I'm getting deeper, so I'm not going to go into all of that. But main example is nobody can cheat the blockchain, because the blockchain is, this was what happened at 1133. And then this is what happened at 1134. And then this is what happened at 1135, okay? This is what happened.